And in the NCAA women's basketball tournament, number 2 UConn survives double overtime against NC State, taming the top-seeded Wolfpack 91-87 to send head coach Gino Auriemma and the Huskies onto a 14th straight trip to the Final Four. UConn joins 3 top seeds in the national semifinals after Louisville outlasted number 3 Michigan 62-50 last night. The Cardinals will face number 1 overall South Carolina in the first semifinal on Friday before UConn meets defending champion Stanford to decide the national title contenders. Willie, that UConn, I used to cover UConn in Connecticut and know Gino Auriemma, so I was getting a little emotional when I see him win because he's an incredible coach.
We're big basketball fans in our house. I watched that game with my kids last night. It was one of the best basketball games I've ever watched. Double overtime win for UConn. They were playing effectively a home game in Bridgeport against a great NC State team who looked like they were going to go away, but they kept coming back. Jonathan Lemire, 14 consecutive Final Fours for UConn. We just have to stop for a moment. We so take them for granted that they're always going to be there. That, you know, a school in the state of Connecticut where Gino Auriemma made into this powerhouse, you know, a record that John Wooden didn't see. None of the great programs in men's or women's college basketball history has touched what Gino Auriemma has done in terms of the way he wins and the way he does it every year, regardless of what kind of players he has on the team. Usually 5-star recruits, we should say. But injuries this year, back in the Final Four again. Incredible program he built, and just a great game last night.
Yeah, flashback a couple of decades. Connecticut not seen as a sports powerhouse at all. And the men's side certainly had its success too. I believe 3 national championships in the last 15, 20 years. But it's nothing compared to what the women's have done. 14 straight Final Fours. That is all you have to say.
Yeah.
And some years they're the top, they're the clear number 1 team in the country. Other years they have to battle for it. They had seasons where they went undefeated. But this was extraordinary. And also just a spectacular game last night. One of the best games you'll see. And real drama after what turned out to be kind of a dud of the men's Final Four over the weekend, but sets up both sides, men's and women's, a lot of chalk, a lot of big programs. Should be a fun weekend of hoops.
Yeah, Mika, they've got Paige Beckers. She was a college player of the year last year at UConn as a freshman. She got injured this year. She's back now. And then this other freshman, AZ Fudd, who might be just as good as Paige is eventually. What a program Gino has there.
So great, and for young girls, and just to give you guys a sense of, I'll age myself here, but I covered Rebecca Lobo when Gino Auriemma, when Gino was a much younger coach and I was a much younger Cub reporter in Hartford, Connecticut. We followed their road to the championship, and he was a great coach then. He loves his players. He's a father to them, and he has a special touch in terms of being able to create a winning team that is a family.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. We'll be watching.